Hello, welcome back to Systematic Symphony of Species. In this video we continue to talk about terms and definitions associated with specimen designation and classification in taxonomy. Topotypic specimen. A specimen collected from the same location, topotype locality, as the type specimen. Topotypic specimens provide additional confirmation of the species distribution and habitat characteristics, reinforcing the validity of the original type locality. Hologeneiphore. A type specimen representing a group of genetically identical individuals, typically in clonal organisms or organisms reproducing by fragmentation. Hologeneiphores are designated when individual variation is minimal, and a single specimen can adequately represent the genetic diversity of the group. Isosyntype. A duplicate specimen of a syntype, deposited in a different herbarium or museum. Isosyntypes serve the same purpose as isotypes but specifically represent duplicates of specimens designated as syntypes. Typotype. A specimen collected from the same locality and time as the type specimen. Typotypes provide additional context for understanding the habitat and ecological conditions associated with the type locality, aiding in the interpretation of the species' natural history. Epitapal series. A set of specimens comprising the original type series and any subsequently designated epitypes. Epitapal series encompass the entirety of type material associated with a species, including both original type specimens and any supplementary epitypes designated to clarify its taxonomic status. Paraneotype. A specimen collected from a different locality than the type specimen but representing the same species. Paraneotypes provide additional geographical context for the species distribution and may reveal variation across different populations. Isoparatype. A duplicate specimen of a paratype, deposited in a different herbarium or museum. Isoparatypes serve the same purpose as isotypes but specifically represent duplicates of specimens designated as paratypes. Typotypic series. A collection of specimens representing the original type series and any subsequent duplicates or supplementary material. Typotypic series provide a comprehensive record of the type material associated with a species, facilitating research and comparison among specimens held in different collections. Ditype. A type specimen representing two individuals, often used in cases of organisms with dimorphic forms. Ditypes provide a simplified representation of sexual dimorphism within a species and are designated when it's impractical to designate separate type specimens for each sex. Homotype. A specimen that shares the same type locality as the type specimen but may belong to a different taxon. Homotypes provide additional context for the species' geographic distribution and may aid in understanding ecological relationships within a region. Holophoront. A type specimen representing the entire life cycle of an organism, including all developmental stages. Holophoronts are designated when it's essential to document the complete life history of a species for taxonomic or ecological purposes. Isophenophore. A type specimen representing a group of phenotypically identical individuals, typically in clonal organisms. Isophenophores are designated when individual variation is minimal, and a single specimen can adequately represent the phenotypic characteristics of the group. Isobiotype. A duplicate specimen of a biotype, representing a distinct population or variant of a species. Isobiotypes provide additional material for studying intraspecific variation and may represent geographically or ecologically distinct populations within a species. Nominate specimen. The original specimen from which a species name is derived. Nominate specimens are designated when a species is initially described, serving as the basis for the application of the species name. Synparatype. A specimen that is both a syntype and a paratype, meaning it was initially cited alongside the holotype in the original species description. Synparatypes provide valuable information about the variability within a species and its distribution across different collections. Holomorphophoront. A type specimen representing the entire life cycle of a fungus, including both sexual and asexual stages. Holomorphophoronts are designated in fungal taxonomy to document the complete life history of a species and its reproductive modes. Monoholophore. A type specimen representing a monotypic taxon. Monoholophores are designated when a single individual adequately represents the entire taxonomic group, such as in cases of monotypic genera or species. Syntypic series. A collection of specimens comprising all syntypes designated in the original species description. Syntypic series provide a comprehensive record of the original type material associated with a species, facilitating taxonomic research and comparison. Paraneoholotype. a specimen designated as the holotype for a species that was previously described based on neotype material. Paraneoholotypes are designated when subsequent research reveals the original type material or when a more suitable specimen becomes available for designation as the holotype. Synallotype, a specimen designated alongside the holotype in the original species description, representing a different individual from the type series. Synallotypes provide additional material for studying variation within a species and may offer insights into the range of morphological characteristics exhibited by different individuals. Topoholotype, a specimen designated as the holotype for a species based on its occurrence at the type locality. Topoholotypes are designated when the original holotype is lost or unavailable, and a specimen from the type locality is chosen to represent the species. Perihapontotype, a specimen designated as the hapontotype for a species based on its occurrence near the type locality. Perihapontotypes are designated when the original hapontotype is unavailable, and a specimen from a nearby location is chosen to represent the species. Homomorphophoront, a type specimen representing individuals with identical morphology but different life stages. Homomorphophoronts are designated when a single specimen adequately represents the morphological characteristics of individuals at different developmental stages within a species. Isoallotype, a duplicate specimen of an allotype, representing the opposite sex of the original allotype. Isoallotypes provide additional material for studying sexual dimorphism within a species and may aid in understanding differences in morphology between males and females. Syntypic suite, a comprehensive collection of all syntypes designated in the original species description, including duplicates and supplementary material. Syntypic suites provide a detailed record of the original type material associated with a species, facilitating taxonomic research and comparison across different collections. Protoparatype, a specimen designated as a paratype for a species based on its occurrence at the type locality. Protoparatypes are designated when additional specimens from the type locality are needed to supplement the original type series and provide a more comprehensive representation of the species. Holobiotype, a type specimen representing the entire type series, especially in cases where the type series consists of multiple individuals. Holobiotypes are designated to encapsulate the full range of variability within the type series, providing a comprehensive representation of the species. Homologotype, a specimen designated as the holotype for a species based on its similarity to the original holotype, typically chosen when the original holotype is lost or unavailable. Homologotypes serve as replacements for lost or damaged holotypes, ensuring the continuity of taxonomic nomenclature. Isosyntypic series, a collection of duplicate specimens corresponding to a syntypic series, typically distributed across multiple herbaria or museums. Isosyntypic series provide additional reference material for studying the variability within a species and may aid in resolving taxonomic questions or clarifying species concepts. Topoparatype, a specimen designated as a paratype for a species based on its occurrence at the type locality. Topoparatypes are designated to supplement the original paratype series with specimens from the type locality, providing additional context for understanding the variability. Haplotype, a type specimen representing a group of individuals derived from a single haploid organism, often used in organisms with haploid life stages. Haplotypes are designated when the type material consists of haploid individuals, providing a reference point for the taxonomy of organisms with complex life cycles. Syndiagnostic specimen, a specimen designated as the diagnostic reference for a particular taxon, serving as a standard for comparison in identification keys or taxonomic descriptions. Syndiagnostic specimens aid in the identification of organisms by highlighting key morphological features used for distinguishing between closely related taxa. Nomotypical species, a species for which a type specimen has been designated, allowing for the application of a scientific name. Nomotypical species form the basis of taxonomic classification, with each species being associated with a designated type specimen for reference. Paraneobiotype, a specimen designated as the neobiotype for a species based on its occurrence near the type locality. Paraneobiotypes are designated when the original neobiotype is unavailable, and a specimen from a nearby location is chosen to represent the species. Homotaxal specimen, a specimen designated to represent a particular taxonomic group within a larger assemblage, typically chosen to serve as the reference for that taxon. Homotaxal specimens aid in the organization and classification of collections by providing representative examples of different taxonomic groups. Thank you for watching. There will be more terms and definitions associated with species designation coming in near future. Please share your comments and views regarding these terms in the comments.